Thank you, Professor Mohammed Ismail. Thank you so much for the lovely introduction. Okay, and let's get started. So, as all of you may be aware, today's session is about anxiety and stress management. And typically, there's a one-day workshop which we normally conduct, right? And when Dr. Shailesh Rao told that we'll be given 1 hour to speak on this particular topic, we actually were feeling quite stressed out that how do we condense a one-day's program into 1 hour, right? And that was a challenging task for us. And the way we have structured this particular session is we plan to keep it interactive to the extent possible. So in order to keep it interactive, we would request all those participants who can keep their videos on so that it would help us, for a more face-to-face and lively interaction, right? And we would also be asking some questions to the audience, and we would actually request you to type them out in the chat box so that we can, assess the responses from the audience as well.
So those who can please turn on your videos, we recommend you to turn on your videos such that we also will not have the feeling that we are talking to just icons here. Could we request everybody to go on mute your microphones, please?
Thank you.
Yeah, I know. I mean, many of you being Friday morning, 9:30 is a working day for all of you. So backgrounds really do not bother much. So please keep your videos on, because our background also is not of not a hi-fi background. Could we request all of you to mute your microphones, please? It's echoing. Somebody's microphone is making a lot of noise. Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay. So we'll start off the session, and I'll just start presenting as well.
So is the screen visible? Maybe your yes or no in the chat box will help us.
Yes, Vinay.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. So please keep responding to our questions. You are most welcome to type it out in the chat box, such that we will also understand that you have been listening.
Okay. So all of you may be aware of what KYC is, correct? KYC in the financial world is know your client or know your customer, right? So today's session is specifically designed as KYS, that is know your stress, right? So if we were to ask you what is the basic definition of stress, right? What would some of the responses be?
Quickly type it out. Let's know what are your views on what is exactly known as stress. So is there any provision that we can check it out there chat box simultaneously?
Yes, so we are seeing responses as tensions, burdens, weakness of mind. Yes. So if you see the responses here, there are many different opinions, or there are many different subjective experiences of what stress is. Lots of work, yes. Lots of work also can make one feel stressed out, increased workload, unable to adjust with the present situations, yes.
Mind condition, yes.
So to each individual, a certain task may be very, very stressful, right? So the first point to understand here is stress is a subjective experience to an individual. What may be stressful for one individual may actually not be stressful at all for some other individual, right? So the first point to understand, stress is subjective, right? So two persons for the same given situation may perceive the stress differently. They may have different stress response mechanisms. So moving on.
So stress is typically an outside pressure or an expectation of us that we are finding hard to cope with. We repeat. So stress is typically an outside pressure, a pressure applied on us due to an external event. Yeah. Or it could be an expectation which we are not able to meet up to it. And therefore we are finding it very difficult to cope up with. Yeah.
So typical examples of these can be the COVID situation that we are currently experiencing, and it was at its peak, say, in the months of March and April. So suddenly there was an external trigger, and we were forced to modify our lifestyles, right? And we are unsure what is going to happen to us. So that is an external trigger, an outside pressure. Or to give another example of what can be a stressful situation, say today I teach physics, but tomorrow Vinay is the principal of a college and she comes and tells me that I need to teach maths as well. I expect you, Mr. Karthik, to teach physics and maths. Now there is an expectation on me that I should be able to teach maths in a manner which the students are able to understand. So typically I will experience what is known as stress, right? So stress is a burden. Somebody mentioned that stress is also a burden. So if you see this particular slide deck, it actually depicts that people are finding the situation burdensome. Okay. So moving on to the next slide. Okay.
Yeah, let's ask them the question.
So can we ask the audience, what are some common stressful situations for you? What are those common stressful situations? Like for students, we can all safely say that it is exams. Exams causes stress or exams induces stress.
Yeah, Jangam Ramesh says, balancing the personal and professional life is stressful. Yes, that's a valid point. Finishing all work on time. Yes, there's an expectation involved in it. Task completion. Yes, you are expected to complete the task on a time, and therefore there is a stress induced. Time bound assignments, again, death of parents. Yes, when you lose your near and dear ones, definitely that could be very stressful.
Time. Yes.
Exams, stress, teaching, stress. Yes, very true. This is in your professional stress. Yeah, professional life also could be stressful sometimes. Cannot meet the deadline of work. Yes, that is again
a timeline.
Yeah, stress. Timeline or induced stress. Mani Sharma says subs. We couldn't get what is SUBS. Could you please elaborate on that? Don't involve in unnecessary matter. Yes, sometimes you don't want to involve in matters which are not related to you, but then we are forced to involve in that, and therefore that also could induce stress. Corona stress, yes. Reaching goals, yes. I mean, this could be monumental. Not being able to achieve your goals. Yeah, deadline meet, shortage of resources. Yes, very true. Multiple subject teaching in one time. Yes, that's very true. Yes.
So all these are a broad spectrum of what is known as the stress inducers. All these tasks which are sort of outside a comfort zone can induce stress onto us. Right?
So you can actually see here, different people have different opinions, right? That is what Karthik meant when he said that stress is very subjective. So it's very important for us to really understand what is causing stress in us, in particularly me, right? So for example, Somebody said, Ravi Kumar Sharanu said, don't involve in unnecessary matter. Yes. Now, for somebody else, for one, it is like death of parents or job loss is what is making the person very stressed out. Whereas for some other, it is workload. For some other, it is balance of personal and professional life. Therefore, it is very important primarily to understand what am I stressed due to, and only me, and not compare. Others are leading their lives happily. They are not bothered about this. Why am I only bothered about this particular point? Yeah. So acknowledging that this particular area of my life is not working for me and causing me stress is the first step in resolving the stress.
Yeah. So that's why this particular slide was titled as Know Your Stress, right? What exactly is causing you stress, right? So to give you another example very quickly, as an engineering student, we had economics as a subject, and I loved economics as a subject. But there were some others who would literally get so stressed out by economics because it was a non-core subject, right? It was more of a commerce subject, and that used to really stress out some of the highly technically sort of aligned students, right? So stress is subjective. I think we all agree upon this.
Languages, for example, there are some children who would love languages. They score very well in languages, but when it comes to science and maths, they are stressed out, right? Similarly, vice versa is also possible. There are certain children who will not do well in languages at all. For them, languages are a burden. I used to remember as a student, I used to enjoy languages, whereas my friends used to find it very difficult writing essays in English, Sanskrit, whatever it is. So people have varied amount of stress in life, So it's very illogical to compare it, right? Arey, come on, yeah, languages are so easy. Or, even to say that science subjects are so easy that you can fetch marks in that. And that shouldn't be stressing you out, right? So acknowledging each person's reason for stress is very important.
Okay, so here we have just listed down some of the common responses of what could be considered as a stressful situation.
So summarizing all your answers
Inputs,
here,
yeah.
inputs.
So exams, academics, career, promotion. I'm actually surprised that not many people mentioned promotion, but we also find this to be a cause of stress. Am I going to get promoted or not? Yes, the boss also is at times a stress inducer.
That is very, that the terminology boss is, it has to be defined. Who is the boss that is causing the stress? Karthik? How I'm surprised that you didn't put wife or husband there. Okay. Project, professional, personal, relationships.
So personal includes husband and wife. Yeah. So husband and wife are typically mutual stressors. Epidemic attacks. So 2020 has been really, really unique in the sense that a virus has caused havoc throughout the world, right? So these are some of the stressful situations which people more or less experience in varying proportions. Yes. So here's an interesting point. So typically, stress disappears after the stressful event is over, right? So say we are appearing for an interview. As a student, we are appearing for an exam, which is considered tough, right? So till we complete that particular event, till we complete that particular job interview, or till we complete that particular exam, we are stressed out. The moment, say, for example, we walk out of the examination hall, we feel mighty relaxed. One big burden is off, one big pressure is off, right? So just be aware, stress is never permanent. As soon as the event inducing the stress gets over, we feel very relaxed.
Yeah, why is this very important to understand that? Because sometimes we get involved in the activities that we are doing so much so that, we consider that as never ending, yes. Right? So knowing that stress disappears after, it's a very common thing. Everybody knows it, that stress disappears after the stressful event is over. But then too, This corona also will be getting over someday, right? But then it is indefinite. But having that hope that everything ends and there is a new life beyond it is so much liberating. So we need to consciously keep ourselves, keep telling ourselves that yes, stress disappears, anxiety also disappears, good days are yet to come. Right? These are the some hopeful wishes that will be useful to us when we keep reminding ourselves.
Yeah. So know your stress. I think we have understood two important factors about stress. One is stress is purely subjective, and second, as soon as the stress-inducing event is over, stress disappears. So it is non-permanent. It is only temporary. Right? Why are we highlighting this particular point? Because at times people get so involved with the problem or so immersed in the problem.
Associated with the problem.
Yes. They think that it's not going to get over at all.
And I'm not going to come out of this problematic situation. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So if that is a kind of thought that is bugging people, then that leads to what is known as depression. Right?
And normally when people start thinking in such a manner, they end up taking, extreme steps over a period of time. Okay. So any questions, any doubts?
Okay. Yes, Kavita says that yes, stress disappears. That effect of stress, that moment will be in the mind. Yes. So that is where stress management comes. We all know that stress disappears, the event is getting over, and we'll always be free from stress. But then the question is how to manage the stress when we are at that moment.
So now on, from this particular point of time onwards in the session, we will focus with empowering you with strategies on how to deal with stress, right? Because the more number of choices, the more number of strategies you have on how to deal with stress, higher is the probability of you managing yourself more effectively, more optimally, right?
So when we do a day-long sessions, we indulge our participants in games and other activities as well. But since this is an online session, I think we will have to pardon us and try interacting wherever it is possible.
Yeah. So if at any point of time we do a face-to-face session, we'll actually get into many more techniques of how to manage stress resourcefully. Yep. So moving on. Okay. So we're sure that all of you have understood what stress is, but there is a constant companion or a constant label that tags along with stress, and that is KYA, which is know your anxiety, right? So what exactly is anxiety? Right? Let us have a look into that. So anxiety is an emotion that exists from the start to finish of a stressful event, right? So the coronavirus came to India sometime in the month of March, right? And hopefully it should get resolved as soon as possible. But this entire duration, let us assume that it's resolved by end of September. So this entire duration from March to September, many countries, people residing in many countries have felt anxious. What is going to happen to me? Am I going to get infected with this particular virus? So this entire duration, right, hypothetically from March to September, has been anxious for a whole lot of people across the globe, right? And that is what anxiety is, something which is an offshoot of stress. Okay. So what are some of the symptoms of anxiety? So we'll just come back. So you request your views answers to this. What are some of the symptoms of anxiety?
How do you know that you are anxious? Or what are some of the symptoms which will tell you that you are stressed out?
Or anxious?
Panic attacks, yes. Getting irritated, yes. Or afraid, yes. Angry, yes. Restlessness, yes. Increase in heartbeat, angry, yes. Increase in BP, yes.
Shivering,
Yes.
tension, yes.
Always tensed out, yes. Right. Shouting,
Shouting,
yes. Fear, yes, very true. Sleepless nights,
correct.
restlessness, sleepless nights, very true. Jerks, yes, dealing with unexpected things, okay. Mind not working, yes, blanks out, very true. Loneliness, you wouldn't want to mingle with people at all when you're stressed out sometimes.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Yes, we see.
Freeze.
Yes.
There is actually a very, very scientific reason for why we freeze. It is out of the scope of this session probably, but someday we would want to discuss about that as well.
So we have just summarized here what many of you have already covered. That is an uneasy, restless, heavy feeling, prone to irritation. What if overthinking? What if this happens? What if that happens? Will I be in control? What is going to happen to me? What is going to happen to my family? Right? Panic attacks. Right? So typically, excessive what if overthinking leads to panic attacks. Inability to sleep. Yeah. And increased levels of chemical substance intake. Right? So people normally resort to these sort of means to deal with it. Yes. And more or less, people use anxiety and stress very interchangeably, right? So stress induces anxiety and anxiety induces even more stress. So it's a sort of perfect loop. And people use them interchangeably quite a bit. Right? And they are very closely linked to each other. So this is also an important point to understand. So stress is typically caused by an external event, which we are not comfortable with, and that induces anxiety, and the cycle continues. Moving on.
Yeah, this is a question that we would want to ask you all. Is anxiety good or bad? Is stress good or bad? Let's have your views there.
The question is anxiety good or bad? So what are your views?
Okay, bad. We got three bads. Okay, depends on the situation. Okay. Yes. Rajeshwari says bad. Okay.
Excess anxiety is bad. Okay.
Yes, it's good to put out. Our anxiety is okay. Excess anxiety is bad. Okay. Depends on the situation. Controlled anxiety for good purposes. Officers. Yes. Very true. Good. Okay.
Yes. So anxiety isn't bad. Rather, anxiety is natural. Right? So there's again a very important fundamental point which we would actually request you to understand very well. That to feel anxious is normal. There is nothing good about it. There is nothing bad about it. It is simply natural. Right? And if one has experienced anxiety, it also means that you are a normal human being. Right? So what we'll now focus on is how do we manage anxiety, right? For our benefit. How do we manage anxiety better such that we are always in a better position to control the happenings around us. Right?
It's a very important point to acknowledge that we are all normal and anxiety is natural. Yeah. So like most of us always also consider sometimes that anger is bad. Yeah. So if we label the emotions as good or bad, then what happens is that which gets the label as bad, we never want to experience it. But then the human interactions are so made that even if you do not want to experience it, you will have to face that. Yeah. So
the
once
more you try to avoid that experience, the more you tell yourself, I will not get angry, and you get angry.
And that makes you feel even more worse.
Yeah,
and stressed out.
Yes.
Yeah. So the acknowledgement that every emotion is normal or every emotion is natural, only that if it is going too much out of my control, how do I devise strategies to control it or to manage it?
Exactly. So everyone at some point of time or the other experiences anxiety. This is already visible based on the responses and feedback you have shared.
So the same examples of your students, right? If there is no checkpoint like examination, though examination induces stress in them, if there is no examination, definitely students are not going to take education seriously at all. So that much amount of stress, a D-level amount of stress is required for everyone to complete the tasks on time. That's also a checkpoint, isn't it?
So if I were to ask you the question, is stress good or bad, right? With this background, I'm sure all of you will say that stress is natural, right? And there are two kinds of stress. One is known as positive stress, which is also known as eustress. EUSTRESS. And if that eustress is managed well, it actually propels us to perform better. But if stress crosses a particular boundary, then it becomes distress, DISTRESS, right? And from there, things go really bad. So even stress is natural. A certain amount of stress is natural for one to perform well, right? So for example, say in a tennis match or in a huge final of a particular sport, the sports persons also feel stress, which is natural. And they manage that particular stress better. That little stress which they feel, they channelize it towards better performance, right? So these are some day-to-day examples of where people typically experience anxiety, that is when due for promotion or in an organization which is expecting funding, etc. Yeah, as bachelors before proposing to a girlfriend, boyfriend, or just before an important exam presentation or interview. Yes, when some matter simply prolongs without any resolution. That is the current situation we all are in. That too triggers anxiety.
Yeah, we will ask this question to them.
So how do people typically cope with stress? So we would request your inputs please on this. How do people typically cope with stress? What are some of the stress management strategies?
You can leave people also. How do you cope up with stress?
Exactly.
Put it up.
Yes. Leaving a job. Yes. People find the job too stressful. Playing with kids. Yes. Friends. Music.
Involving yourself with hobbies. Excellent.
Being alone.
With music. Okay. Oh, then it is actually, Karthik, we can have a music therapy session.
Yeah.
With them.
Paintings. Yes.
Yes.
Art. Yeah.
Art. Yes.
Traveling. Yes. Do what you like. Exercise. Yoga. Excellent. Experts' advice. Yes.
So all the lecturers here walk the talk, Karthik. Yeah. They are so motivated and
meditation.
Yeah, meditation. Go to temple.
places of worship. Yes. Yes, doing the things which we love most. Yes,
Sort it
exactly.
out by talking with friends and family.
Yes. So beautifully conveyed. So these are some of the optimal,
Ways to cope up with stress.
optimal strategies which people use to cope with stress.
So
which
we are
is-
happy that all of you came up with almost all these.
Yes, all of you came up with many of the optimal solutions. But also let us be aware of how people typically deal with stress in a suboptimal manner, right? So this is how people deal with stress in a suboptimal manner. Antacids, anger. So they're upset about something, they're angry with their boss, perhaps in office, but they go home and take it out on their family. Right? Not a very optimal way of dealing with stress. Overeating, right?
So binge eating today is the problem the youth have. Yeah. So you're stressed out. You do not know what to do. You simply end up with a what is that carton of
Burgers.
burgers or popcorns and simply chew on even if the body doesn't want it.
Yes,
And
so
men, beware of this compulsive shopping. If your wives are going shopping again and again
and again.
and again and again, so be sure that something they are stressed about something.
Yeah. So typically, people themselves are not aware that they are stressed out. People who overeat, they are not aware that they are victims of stress, right? So it is very important that it surfaces to their conscious awareness that, oh, probably I'm stressed out. I need to do something about it. Only once that realization comes, can they actually work on overeating, for example.
That's a very valid point, Karthik. I totally agree with that. Most of us will not be even knowing why are we getting irritated? Why am I shouting at my family time and again, right? Until somebody points out to us that, you have been behaving abnormally these days. We associate ourselves with the problematic situation so much so that we indulge ourselves in suboptimal practices, thinking that that is a strategy to deal with stress. Deal stress
Deal with
with.
stress. And lastly, but again quite important, substance abuse, right? So moderation is one aspect. Overindulgence is another aspect. So people who overindulge often do not know that they are actually stressed out. But that is the only strategy they know. They face stress at office, they indulge in some form of substance abuse. They face stress at home, they indulge in substance abuse. So over a period of time, it becomes a very deeply ingrained habit. And then they don't know any other form of how to deal with that particular stress. That's the only way they can deal with it, right? That's the only way they are aware of, right? So it is very important to know the finer behavioral aspects of dealing with stress, right? So at this point of time, what we'll do is Vinaya here is a music therapist as well, and we will now give you an optimal experience of how to deal with stress musically.
Yeah. Since this is an online session, this is the only practical experience that we could all give you, both of us. So I request all of you to please close your eyes for a few minutes and sit back and relax. Choose a comfortable position, leaning, and sit comfortably, closing your eyes. Take few deep breaths. Park all your thoughts for a moment.
Park all your worries as well for the next few moments.
And your attention will be focused only on my voice. And your eyes do not open until I say so. Inhale deeper. Exhale deeper. The sound of the tanpura will make you feel relaxed. Vakratunda Mahakaya Vakratunda Mahakaya Koti Surya Samaprabha Nirvighna Kuru me Deva 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 Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Take few deeper breaths, deepen your breaths until you feel totally relaxed. Everything else happening around you can wait. The deeper your breath, deeper your relaxation. Clear all the worries and thoughts. And always believe that this too shall pass, and that there is all the time in the world and all the resources available within you to resolve any challenging situation. With that belief, which empowers you, you may choose to open your eyes and come back. Thank you all.
Okay. So this was a very small glimpse of music therapy. Just to highlight to all of you that music can be an excellent stress reducing, therapeutic intervention.
Yeah, I mean, there's always an addition to just listening music and listening music for a purpose, right? So all of us, most of you also gave the answers here as to, music, listening to music will de-stress you. We would, as NLP trainers and hypnotherapists and music therapists, we would also suggest that also put some auto suggestions which will help you believe in yourself a lot. Yeah. And that is a great hope when listened along with the music. These auto suggestions will help you cope with stress subconsciously, because music is something which reaches your subconscious, right? So along with the music, if you have these embedded suggestions, we call it as embedded auto suggestions, right?
Yeah.
So these will empower you better, and you will unconsciously come up with strategies which will resolve the problematic situation. Yeah.
Okay. So this was one of the creative ways of dealing with stress, right? But there are some people who are very, very logical, and they would actually like to deal with stress in a logical manner, right?
Some of us, really do not like Karthik, and what he said was very, very interesting point. Some of us are really not worried about what is causing us the stress, right? But then we will be focused on how do I resolve it. For the moment, I know that I am stressed out. I need to come out of it. Let me manage the stress. But there are some people for whom, unless and until they know the reason for, they understand the reason for why they are stressed out, they will not be able to come up with solution. There's a very good saying in Kannada. I don't know how many of you are Kannadigas here. What is that? ಅಪ್ಪ ತಿನ್ನವನಿಗೆ ಕುಳಿ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, right? Some people are like that. They really are not bothered without, to know how many holes do the paddu board has. All they are interested in is eating the paddu, right? So, but then there are people who exactly want to understand how many paddu holes are there, whether is it sufficient for everybody or not. Only after knowing that they will have their paddus for breakfast. Yeah.
So now what we'll do is we'll also approach managing stress or dealing with stress in a very logical manner through a questionnaire, and this too will help you identify what is causing you stress and what could be some of the response mechanisms you could develop to deal with that particular stressful situation.
Before we go, I would just want to thank all of these. Trishna, Biswaroop, Nima, Mani Sharma, Raghu, Gigi Joseph, thank you. Thank you so much
for the feedback. Moving on to the slide deck. Yes. So this is stress management, the logical approach. We just experience the creative and the experiential approach through music therapy. And you can use that and this as well, right, to best deal with your stress inducer.
Could you turn on the fan, Karthik? Otherwise, I will get stressed out now.
Yep. So the first step is to acknowledge stress. So we gave an example that people who typically indulge in overeating, for example, or substance abuse, for example, are often unaware that they are stressed out. And they think this is just a habit, right? So the first step here is to acknowledge stress and tell yourself that, yes, perhaps I'm feeling stress, right?
Yeah, I tell you, this is a great liberation, right? Your body shows up very, very efficiently whenever you are stressed up. Some people start sweating on their forehead. Some people start sweating on their palms. Some people shiver. Yeah, these are the ways that body shows out to us, very clearly indicates that we are stressed out.
So after you acknowledge that, yes, I am feeling stressed, what is it that you need to do next? You need to identify what is causing you that particular stress. You're feeling stressed? Good, excellent. You identified that. What is triggering that stress in you, right? So what we have done here is we have categorized it into 4 broad areas, and most of the stressors fall in one of these 4 segments, right? So what are they? It can be
Finances.
financial, health, professional, or personal, right? So think about it. Most of your stress falls in one of these 4 segments, right?
So what does personal mean? It could be relationships, yeah,
Or it could be truly individualistic, right? A problem you're experiencing perhaps because of your beliefs. It could be professional, it could be work related, it could be related to health.
goals, personal goals and professional goals, they also fall under one of these categories. Health goals, financial goals, yeah.
Okay? So please be aware that we use language in a very inflated manner, right? Say something has not worked out for you on the personal front, for example, or on the professional front, for example, and your colleagues may come and tell you, you know what, my whole life is doomed. My whole life is a failure, right? So when they make such a statement, they are also indirectly telling themselves that their financial life is a failure, their health is a failure, their personal life is a failure, whereas they may have just had a setback only in the professional front. But people come and say, oh my God, my whole life is a waste, right? So there tends to be a certain amount of, inaccuracies in the way people communicate as well. So please be aware of it.
Very true. You know, identifying that which area of your life is not working for you,
Narrowing it down.
Yeah, also indicates that so many other areas of your life are working very well for you.
Exactly.
And that's a liberation, believers. Yeah. So because we would be actually thinking nothing is working for us. Because yes, you know, if finances are a setback, it shows up on your health as well because you're all the time worrying, right? And it shows up on your personal life also because you know, I am not financially stable or I have not achieved my finance goals. You will end up shouting at the family members, but then you have not even analyzed that why am I shouting on my family members? Yes. The reason could be a financial setback. Yeah. So it's very important for each one of us to understand what area of our life is not working for us.
So please narrow it down. Once you narrow it down, once you make it more smaller, once you make it smaller, the whole thing becomes much easier to deal with. Right? So moving on, you can actually please make a note of these questions.
Because we have a questionnaire for all of you next.
So you can just take a snapshot also if you would want to. Right? And it's not that we are telling you to answer these questions immediately. Whenever you find some alone time, please do this questionnaire in leisure, do a deep dive and see what is it that is exactly causing you concern or what is it that is exactly bothering you.
Karthik is extremely polite, but I would rather tell you that this is the homework that we give you all.
Yeah, this is an assignment.
Please complete the homework. I was a lecturer all my life, so you know I can with authoritatively tell you lecturers that yes, this is the homework for you all.
So this is the follow-up to the earlier slide, and there are multiple questions involved in this. So please note down these questions and please answer them.
Take a photograph of this slide. Because of the time constraint, we are not asking you to quickly answer this. Otherwise, in our day-long session, we will take this up personally with all our participants and make them do this exercise because the amount of clarity these questions give you is enormous. It could be life-changing, believers.
Yep.
So the first question, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest, where would you rate your stress levels?
Yes. And along with this question, also please identify the sector where you're experiencing stress. Is it financial? Is it professional? Is it personal? Or is it health?
Yeah. For example, if you have identified it as health, say, now taking health as the area of your life which is not working fine for you. Now in that area, on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you rate your stress levels at? Yeah, please rate that, right? And then we would want you to take time to think, how is this limiting you from achieving what you want in life?
And the next question that you need to answer is, what is it that is not happening because of this?
So if you guys have time, definitely please answer these questions. And if you have any doubts, you can get in touch with one of us. We will definitely be available for you to help you guide through this.
So once you have answered these particular set of questions, please take a moment. Please close your eyes. Take some deep breaths. Relax. Relax. And continue taking deep breaths. And now I would want you to imagine that you're blessed with an abundance of creativity. You now have additional resources available with you to deal with this particular stress in your life. You have more than the required resources available with you. You have an abundance of creative energy in you to deal with this particular stress. And with this particular energy of creativity, with this abundant energy of creativity, please answer these set of questions. What are some of your strengths? What are some of those activities you're really good at? Can you list down at least 5 of your strengths? Not 1, not 2, not 3, but a minimum of 5 of your strengths. It can be more than 5 as well. Are there any resources you would need to acquire to perform better?
To improve that area of your life which you have been considering working on.
So identify these resources which will help you move to the next level, which will help you move to the next step. And
once you have answered all these questions, take a moment, closing your eyes,
and visualize how will having these additional resources and having identified your strengths make you feel. How is it making you feel? You're better equipped? And how is that making you feel? You have better clarity of thought. And how is that making you feel? And most importantly, what can you do differently in the current situation? Right? What can you do differently in the current situation?
What can you do differently to do better or to perform better in the area that you have shortlisted?
So doing things differently is of extreme importance here, right? So I'll move on to the next slide, which is my favorite. And we always emphasize this to the participants we work with, we coach. Doing things differently in a given situation, because if you don't, our life is somewhat like this.
Can anybody tell what that is?
Please have a look at this diagram. And
ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಘಾಣ ಅಂತಾರೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ. ಘಾಣ.
So it is something like we are going just like the ox round an oil mill, round and round, round and round, doing the same things again and again, again and again, and not getting any results differently. Right? So this is very important to understand that if you keep doing the same things, you will keep getting the same results. Right? And then often people tell that, you know what, life is not working for me. Things are not working out for me. but we need to modify our approach. We need to do things differently to
Remember,
effectively deal with stress.
that's a very, very valid point that Karthik made. If you keep doing the same things, same strategies, you will still get the same results. Yeah, if you want different results, you should always think that what did I do differently to get a different result?
So how are you going to creatively look at the same situation and come out with a different set of options, right? That you can utilize to effectively deal with your stressor.
Yeah, people have asked for our contact numbers. Shailesh Rao, thank you so much. Shailesh Rao has put our website address there. You can please visit the website. All our details are given up on the website. Please do visit and get back to us if you have any doubts regarding the questionnaire. Take the questionnaire very seriously because, remember, to get things differently done, you need to do something different.
So our contact number is also available on the website. So please do visit our website. And there are multiple articles for downloads, free downloads. You can download them as well. So there are articles which deal with procrastination, goal setting, etc. And you can as well speak to those articles. And anything, we are always available for you.
Somebody's mic is creaking, please.
Yeah, it's 10:30. So very quickly, any questions, we'll very quickly answer them. And I think we are almost done.
The session is now open for discussion. Participants, please, you can ask questions. Participants, please, you can ask questions.
So as lecturers, you will all conclude at one thing for sure. If there are no questions from the students, then that means everybody has understood everything. Is that the case?
We do hope so.
No, sir. I'm Vishwarup Modak from Vishwarup Modak from West Bengal.
Yes.
Yes, Vishwarup.
Hello.
We are able to hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. Please tell us what this is.
My one question is that this is a nice session regarding space. But one question is that if suddenly fall down the stairs, what happened? In our mind,
Sorry, Mr. Vishwarup.
what may affect
Your line is breaking, Mr. Vishwarup. Mr. Vishwarup, sorry, we are not able to hear you. Your voice is breaking. So if you could just type out your query, we'll try and answer that.
Hello, may I?
We request everybody else other than Vishwarup to mute your microphones, please. One at a time. Your voice is not going.
Please, all
Hello.
please mute your.
Not calling.
Hello.
Vishwarup has been asked, wanting to ask something.
Go ahead, Vishal.
Hello, madam.
Yes, Mr. Vishwarup, please ask your question again.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Kailas Holkar.
Yeah, madam.
I think what we'll do is
Good morning.
Yes,
I have
good
two
morning.
questions.
Yes, please.
I have two questions. First is that whenever a person is very honest, but what happens in the market?
Madam, my question is
whenever he go for
hello.
Whenever a person goes for some kind of work to get it done from others,
Stress, video.
the honesty is not cared, and that's why it becomes a kind of stress on the person who is very honest. How to handle in
sir.
such case? And
Am I
second thing is
audible?
that Hello. Am I audible?
Mr. Viswarup, we'll just take a question from Mr. Kailash and then we'll come back to you.
Yeah. And hello, madam. And my second question is that what the music therapy you explain it is very fantastic, and we followed many times. But what happens when we try to get relaxed at the time of listening to the music? But at the same time, when any kind of work is allowed or allotted or asked to get it done from us, then in that case, music even that becomes feeling sometimes irritating. May I know what is the solution for these two questions? I'll be very thankful to you if you could answer this.
Yes.
Definitely, Mr. Kailash.
So to very briefly answer your first question, that's a very, very valid point, because it's something to deal with values, and values are again highly subjective, right? So for an individual, as an individual, someone may be valuing honesty as this number one value, right? And there may be somebody else who may be valuing honesty, but in the particular list, honesty is the fourth or fifth value for him, right? So now when two such individuals discuss, obviously there is a wavelength mismatch, right? Because for one person, honesty is the only criteria, whereas for the other individual, yeah, honesty is there, but he can also put up with a bit of corruption, hypothetically.
Yeah.
So this causes some sort of mismatch, and this causes the person who has got his honesty as the first priority in his list to question himself, right? What is happening? How do I deal with it? So this is a sort of area which boils down to values, which boils down to ethics and your beliefs, right? So you would need to assess yourself that are you at any point of time willing to give up or compromise or move this value of honesty down the value chain, or is this of certain paramount importance to you? And if you feel that, yes, this is of the utmost paramount importance to me, yes, there may be some eventualities that you would need to deal with, right? That is why it is very important for a person to know what his values are in the list of priorities, in his value list of priorities.
And it is always advisable that we always recommend that, it's very important for us to discuss our values, like our set of values we value it most, which are so dear to us. Similarly, now, for example, my set of values could be totally different from Karthik's set of values, right? Now, but both of us together value our relationship, say, for example, yeah? So that time what happens is we are okay to re-look at our individual values such that, our individualistic values will not come in way in our relationship. Yeah, so this is what is giving space to each other in a relationship mean. Similarly, when people violate our values, that is the time we ponder that, yes, for me this is of utmost importance, but for the other person this may not be of uttermost importance. Then are we ready to
Find a
balance between the two, midpoint.
So to give you another very generalistic example, Mr. Kailash, very briefly, Indians and punctuality, right? They don't really go hand in hand.
Yeah.
So at times we say, okay, we tell the other person meet us at 10:30. But the other person may come at 10:45 as well, because 10:45 is almost close to 10:30, right? But for us, 10:30 means 10:30, right?
So,
and the other person coming 15 minutes late is actually being disrespectful towards me.
So when it is 10:31, we start getting anxious about it. I was supposed to, that the other person was supposed to be here at 10:30. It is 10:31. It is 10:32. Now we are going on building on the anxiety, whereas for the other person, it is absolutely okay to come at 10:45.
Why? Because his value of punctuality is not as high in his value chart, right? But on days when we have a flight or a train to catch, we Indians are very, very punctual because we don't want to be late, right? So these values keep moving up and down the list, Right? So I hope that answers your first part of the question.
Yeah, thank you.
Vinay, would you want to take the second
Yeah, the
question?
second part of the question also, yes, as you said, Mr. Kailas, that listening to music at times so much relaxing. That then if we are associated too much with the problem and task that we have to complete, then any external event like this will also not be enough for us to deal with the stress. Because as we said earlier also, we are so much associated with the problem that any number of solutions you give, we are not ready to accept.
So what we would suggest, Mr. Kailas, is there is a particular technique known as the Pomodoro technique, which says that every 20 to 30 minutes, we should actually take a quick 5-minute break, right? So this helps us. I mean, see, we are seated in this chair. So after every 20 to 30 minutes, if we just get up from the chair, take a 2 to 3 minute brisk walk or do some deep breathing, or in that particular time, just listen to some music, right? That will help us recharge our batteries. That will help us manage stress in a much more holistic manner.
So it's so many times it so happens to us that, you know, when Karthik puts on the music and I'm working on something, I'll ask him to switch that on. Switch that on.
That is what exactly what.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. We'll try
Oh my God, somebody's mic is squeaking. Mr. Mohammed Ismail, please, could you mute your microphone? Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, man. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Biswarup, sorry, you're asking us a question. If you could ask that question again. I think we'll keep this as the last query and then we should be in a position to wind up the session. Mr. Biswarup, would you want to ask your query?
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. There are so many questions up here, but due to the lack of time, we are not able to take up all the questions. Please do. We will type out our mail address. It's given on this thing website as well. So you can mail us your queries. We will definitely get in touch with you. It is info@worldofwellness.in.
And I think we'll take one last query from Mr. Omesh, the biological changes, etc., during the periods of anxiety and stress. So I think what happens at a biological level is there is a stress hormone, which is cortisol, right, which gets released in the body. And this, over a period of time, if it gets released in regular doses on a regular frequency, can cause many other biological problems in both the sexes, gents and ladies. And it is very difficult to individualize the context of how is it going to manifest in each individual. For some people, it may be a headache. For some other people, it may be some other symptomatic manifestation in their respective bodies, right? So that is how it works at a very high level, right? So to counter this, all the activities that we discussed, the optimal strategies, they release the feel-good hormone, which is dopamine, and that if it keeps getting ingested into the body naturally, will ensure that we are in the peak of health.
That is why it is very important to not even without knowing the reason why we are stressed out, if we follow the methods to manage them, because the hormones that get released do not classify the problem. Even if you have financial stress, it will release cortisol. If you have health related stress, it will release again cortisol, right? So to counterbalance cortisol, if you always indulge in yourself in optimal habits, so that will release dopamine irrespective of what your strategy is. So that is why managing stress becomes very important than understanding the reason why we are stressed out.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam. It was very informative session. I think we'll contact from our end for whatever the future communication and collaboration with your organization. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mishra.
Okay, we'll try to
Mr.
wind
Mohammed
up.
Ismail, Mr. Shailesh, we'll come to the end of the session.
Yeah, just 1 minute. I think there are so many queries, and Mr. Karthik has already put the mail ID in the chat box. and those who are willing or any problems, you can approach both husband and wife in order to clarify your problems, right? So on behalf of the Department of Industrial and Production Engineering and the college, the National Institute of Engineers, and my co-colleagues for a wonderful, we thank you very much for your wonderful session, Karthik and Vinaya. Thank you very much. Hope we'll also conduct day-long session for our students in the near future. So thank you,
Thank you
Karthik.
so much, Mr. Mohammed. Thank you, Mr. Shailesh, for inviting us across. And it was
Very
a
nice.
pleasure interacting with the faculty and staff here. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you very much. And I also teach engineering economics. I heard that you are a student of JC from Shailesh. I teach engineering economics
Okay, okay.
for your kind information. Great. Thanks, Karthik and Vinaya, for a wonderful session. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Our pleasure.
Thank you all.
So next session starts at, okay, thank you, madam. Our next session will commence at 11:15. You can have a tea break and come back.